Okay, we are going to get started. So, it is June 8th, 2021, Tuesday. And yesterday we had a lot of sports going on. We had baseball, we had college baseball, we had Major League Baseball, we had trying to think of what else kind of baseball. We had a lot of stuff, not just baseball. I'm playing with my mic. There we go. We had a lot of sports that happened. We had MLB, NHL, NBA. We had college baseball, MLS. We had a lot of sports, NFL, like stuff happened with NFL, Julio Jones, stuff like that. We had a good amount of things that happened yesterday. That was a good thing to talk about. And what is making that noise? Trying to figure out where that noise is coming from. Okay. So we are going to start off with hockey, like we normally do. Let's get hockey out of the way. So yesterday we had the Montreal Canadiens going up against the Winnipeg Jets, and we also had the New York Islanders going up against the Boston Bruins. Those are two games that happened. And the first game that we're talking about is the New York Islanders versus the Boston Bruins, and New York Islanders going to this game were tied with the Boston Bruins in the series. Going to this game, whoever won this game had a 3-2 lead, would take a 3-2 lead. So that is crucial because that means it's an elimination game for the next game. Whoever wins it, if the Bruins can't win, say, and Islanders win game 6, and the Bruins next game have to win to force a game 7. So, end of the first period, it is 1-1. Game's tied. At the end of the second period, the Islanders take a 4-2 lead. Going into the third, they have a 2-goal lead. And then going into the last and at the end of the third, the final score was 5-4. The New York Islanders beat the Boston Bruins and took a 3-2 series lead in the series. And from what I'm reading, it seems like the Bruins coach was not happy after the game with the rest. He said he was critical of the rest after game 5. He's complaining about him. I really didn't watch the game, so I don't have much to say on that. I did not watch it. Honestly, I really didn't. I had stuff for my senior, for being a senior, like senior banquet. I was at a senior banquet, so I never really got to watch everything last night. Today I'm going kind of like blind in a way to all this, but still gonna tell you guys. And then we go into the next game. We have the Winnipeg Jets going up against the Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens going to this game with up 3-0 in the series, which is very surprising. I did not expect the Montreal Canadiens to be up that much in the series. Well, they were. And going into the end of the first period, it was 2-0 Canadiens. And by the end of the... Hold up 1 minute. I don't know where that beeping comes from. 1 minute. Figured it out. So the Winnipeg Jets needed to win this game to stay alive. And the Winnipeg Jets didn't really want to get swept. So we have to see. But at the end of the first period, the Canadiens were up 2-0. That is not good. And then at the end of the second, the Jets get those 2 goals back to make it a 2-2 game. End of the third, no score. No scoring there in the third period. So they go to overtime to settle this game. And Tyler Toffoli for the Montreal Canadiens completes the Canadian sweep over the Winnipeg Jets with the OT winner to make the Montreal Canadiens advance to the Western Conference Finals, and are waiting to see who they'll play: the Colorado Avalanche or the Las Vegas Golden Knights. And I am very surprised on that, honestly. I did not expect them to do that. I did not expect the Montreal Canadiens to sweep them that much. It wasn't even a good series, honestly. It was a pretty bad series. And I am very surprised on that. And I think maybe Canadiens, they may be a little bit hot. They may be I know they're hot, but like they're surprising me, honestly. And now today we have on Tuesday, June 8th, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning going up against the Carolina Hurricanes. That's on 6:30 on NBCSN, and that's going to be a good game. It matters if this game is a winner-go-home game. If the Hurricanes can't win, it's a winner-go-home, even though they are at home. But the Lightning can close the series out in Game 5. If they can't, then it's a 3-2 series. But the Lightning close the series out. Then we have the Las Vegas Golden Knights going up against the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado Avalanche and the Golden Knights are tied. The Golden Knights are on a 2-game win streak as of right now. Now let's go to basketball. Wow. This was a bad game for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks took on the Brooklyn Nets. Wow. The end of the first quarter, it was 36-19. Brooklyn. The big three in Brooklyn are hot. They are scary. And they're missing one of the other three. They're missing one of the big threes. He's out. Wow. Sorry, I'm just looking at everything right now. I apologize. I'm just looking at the stats and everything. So, the Brooklyn Nets won 125-86. It was a complete blowout, honestly. It wasn't even a good game. This game was kind of crap. We had PJ Tucker score 2 points for the Bucks. Giannis had 18 points. Let me repeat that. Giannis had 18 points. He had 11 rebounds and 4 assists. Middleton had 17. He was 7 for 20. The Bucks' field goal percentage were 44%. It was 37 for 84. Their three-point percentage was 29.6% with the 8 for 27. So they just did complete crap all game. They looked like crap. They didn't even play good. Like, honestly, I think the Bucks may have played worser. Yes, that's not a word, but I just made it a word. Than the Lakers against the Suns. I'm sorry, but that was whoa, Bucks. You guys suck right now. Let's go. And then we have the Nets. KD had 32, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. Great game for him. Blake had another pretty good game for him. 7 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Good game for Blake. Joe Harris at 13, 1 steal, 1 rebound, no assist. And then we had Kyrie with 22, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 steal. A great game for them. They shot 50% from 3. They shot 52% for field goals. So, seemed just like the Bucks just couldn't get it done. The Bucks, I don't even really want to talk about this game. It looks like the Nets just came out there and just dominated. It looks like the Nets just took control from the tip. And if you're a Nets fan, that's great for you. But if you're an NBA fan and you don't like seeing super teams, then you don't want to watch the playoffs right now, because you have a super team that is reminding me of the old Miami Heat when LeBron went there. Because that team is that what it looked like. It looks just like that team, honestly. And that is like going to be one of the big questions of the day. I didn't say that right, but it's okay. Now, I'm just going to say it seems just like it's just not looking really good for them, honestly. It's not looking good for the Bucks. It really isn't. It seems just like the Bucks don't have no answer for them. So I guess the Bucks, I just tell you this right now, I think the Bucks aren't going to win the series. They're not going to come close to winning the series, honestly. I think the Bucks are out. I really do. But let's go to the next game. We have the Denver Nuggets going up against the Phoenix Suns, and this game was a game to watch. It was a great game. At the end of the first quarter, it was 28-28. At the quarter, Denver went into the halftime with a 1-point lead, and then Phoenix came out second half and took a 9-point lead going into the fourth, and then they kept that lead, and they won 122-105. And for the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon had 18 points, 3 steals, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. Michael Porter Jr. had 15 points, 2 assists, 7 rebounds. Great game for him. Nikolai Jokic had 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 steals and 3 assists and 2 steals and 3 blocks. Great game for Jokic. He had a pretty good game. Their bench didn't do that bad for producing. Millsap with 13 minutes had 9 points. Green with 23 minutes had 10 points, 11 rebounds. So not a bad game for their bench, honestly. It could have been better, but it could not be better. They were 35% from the 3, 14 for 40. So, I mean, they did terrible from 3. They were under 50% for field goals. They were 43 for 92 on field goals. They were 46.7. So they could have done a little bit better with that, but not the worst with it. And then the Suns, all their players they had out of their starters, all their starters were in double digits, and 4 out of their 5 starters were in 20 points, had 20 points or more. McCall Bridges had 23 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Great game for him. All their starters were 30 minutes plus. So it seems just like the Suns starters, it's just dumb. They're just dominating right now. Cameron Payne had a game off the bench. He had 7 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block. So not the best. Then you had Ayton with 20 points, 10 rebounds, 0 assists, 1 steal. So not the best, but CP3 came out. CP3 had another great game. Another great game for a playmaker. He had 21 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. Great game for him. Devin Booker didn't have the best game from 3. He was 1 for 4, but he did produce. He had 21 points, 8 assists, 1 steal, 4 rebounds. That's the thing is with Booker and Paul, they can score, but they can also assist. They had 19 assists combined, both of them. They had 10 rebounds combined. Great game for them with that. Their plus minus was 12 plus. Their starters, they were 12 and 13. They had a great game, honestly. They were doing great. The only thing is, it was only game 1. And the Suns did prove a point yesterday. They did prove a point, but can they keep up that play? Will they be able to? I do think they will. I think the Suns are going to be playing into the next round. I think the Nets are going to move on and play. I do really think that just because the fact of the matter is the way they look. They look like a team that is going to go places. Yes, and I think they make it to the Western Conference Finals, honestly. I think they will go up against the Utah Jazz in the Western Conference Finals. Do I think that they have enough to go beat the Nets? No. I don't think no one's beating the Nets. I think the Nets have a championship this year. I think the Nets are going to win the championship this year, honestly speaking, because of what they did yesterday. Looking at that score, it's scary. If I'm looking at that, I don't think no one can beat that. You just beat the Bucks 125-86. That is just pure domination. The Bucks aren't no slump. Yes, the Bucks did crap for shooting, but they've done that 2 games in a row. The Nets have to them. The Suns, they just beat the reigning world champions, the Lakers, and now they're going to the Nuggets, and they proved a point yesterday. They won by 12. Okay, so 10. They won by 17 yesterday. 17 points they won by yesterday, the Suns. So if you're questioning it, I think the Suns proved a point. Do I think the Suns are going to sweep them? Heck no. The Suns ain't sweeping them. Do I think that it's going to be a good series? Yes, I definitely do think it's going to be a great series. But we have to wait and see what's going to go on with that. We will have to wait and see. And now we get into some baseball talk. Let's get into some talk about some baseball. Yes, baseball. Yesterday, we only had 3 games, honestly. So there's really not much to talk about. One of them was a makeup game. We had the Boston Red Sox taking on the Miami Marlins. And the Boston Red Sox won 5-3 and beat the Miami Marlins. And it would have been a decent game, but the Marlins had 2 errors. And the win went to Saw Ramara from the Red Sox. He's 2-0. And Christian Arroyo for the Red Sox had a great game. He was 2 for 3, 2 double and 2 RBIs. And Sterling Marte for the Miami Marlins was 3 for 4 with a home run. He had a great game. This was a good game for both teams in a way, but the Marlins were kind of sloppy. Not gonna lie to you, but the Red Sox pulled the game away from the sloppy Marlins, and they still pulled that game out. And that's a good game to win because I think that gives them a game back now in the standings. So good for the Red Sox. And then we had the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Kansas City Royals. And this is basically kind of one of those must-win games for the Los Angeles Angels. And the Angels did pull the game out. It was 8-3. And great game for them. And Dylan Bundy for the Angels got his first win of the year. He's 1-6 of the year. So he is not going to win the Cy Young this year. I'm sorry if you're a Dylan Bundy fan, but he's not going to win the Cy Young. Dylan Bundy is not going to win it. He's 1-6 in the year. He got his first win yesterday, though, but that's a positive for him. Yes, I know he's not going to win the Cy Young, but it's a positive that he made it. So good for him. And then we have the San Diego Padres going up against the Chicago Cubs. A great series right here. Honestly, this series I'm so happy for. It's a great series. You have the San Diego Padres. You have El Nino, of course, El Mago. And it's a great series, honestly. It's been a hard-hitting, home run-hitting series. We had the Padres, though, pulling this game out, beating them 9-4, and the Padres get past the Cubs. Now, let's go see what the standings look like after those 3 games from yesterday. Let's see what happened with the Red Sox. Are they a game back now, or are they still 2 games back? Let's see. Nope, they are a half a game back from first place now after that win from yesterday. They are 0.5 away, and they're on a 5-game win streak. Will we see them get up there more? We'll have to wait and see Kansas City Royals are 6.5 games back now from the White Sox, who are in first place. They are 2.5 games back from the Indians, who are in second place now. The Angels are 6.5 games back now from the Oakland A's, and they are 1.5 games back from the Seattle Mariners, who are in third place. The Marlins fall now to officially last place in their division. They're 7.5 games back from the Mets, who are in first place, and they are a half game back of the Nationals, who are in second place, or fourth place, my bad. And the Cubs now fall to second place. They're a half a game back from the Brewers, and it's a big thing right there. And then we go to the Padres. The Padres are a half a game back now on the Giants, and are 1.5 games back from the Giants, and 1.5 games in front of the Dodgers for second place. So every single division yesterday, there was only 3 games, but every single division had something go on. Every single division had one team playing, so that is a big thing for them. And we have a game going on in college baseball right now. We do have Old Dominion going on against Virginia, and it is a great game right now. It is 1-0 Old Dominion, and it's a very great pitching game. Virginia just got their first hit in the bottom of in the 7th. It was a double. So Old Dominion was holding them without a hit. So Old Dominion is having a great game. Old Dominion is their first time ever hosting, and it is the top of the 7th right now, where they're going to the top of the 7th. And when I tell you we had a great game yesterday, Very entertaining for baseball. And honestly, I'm so psyched about this. I'm trying to see when the next games are. Okay, so we also did have okay, what we're gonna do D1 last. We're gonna do D3 because D3 did have a tournament. Okay. So our finals, our national championship is a game 3. We have St. Thomas from Minnesota going up against Salisbury for the national championship. And the first game that was played was Salisbury took the game 6-1. And today at 12 p.m. we have St. Thomas going up against Salisbury again in the game 2. If Salisbury wins the game, they win the national championship. But if St. Thomas wins, they force a game 3 and winner goes home game. So will we get it? We will have to wait and see. We will have to see for tomorrow. And now let's see what's going on with the D2. Okay, so D2 is just getting under the way, just like everybody else is. So let's look at the lead-in. So nothing really going on here yet. All the games are today, so really not much to talk about there. So now let's go to D1. So let's get into the bracket. One minute, please. Wait. Okay. So we have our matchups set now. Arkansas yesterday played against Nebraska in the game 7, and Nebraska did force the game 7, remember, and it wasn't enough though. Nebraska did lose 6-2 against Arkansas. So Arkansas, the number 1 team in the country, did move on, and they will be playing against North Carolina State in the Super Regional. And that region, the way that North Carolina State is playing, they look like they will be able to compete with Arkansas the way North Carolina State's bat's been going. But we have to see. Maybe they won't be able to, but I think they will be able to. And then we had We have Texas. We already know Texas had advanced. But then we have South Florida. South Florida did pull out that win against South Alabama. South Alabama will be going up against Texas. And I'm just going to tell you who the matchups are in the Super Regional. We have Texas Tech going up against Stanford in the Super Regional. We have Mississippi State going up against Notre Dame in the Super Regional. Arizona versus Ole Miss in the Super Regional. And Dallas Baptist versus Old Dominion or Virginia. We're still waiting because remember that game is going on right now. And right now it stands. It will be number one. It will be Old Dominion going up against Dallas Baptist in the Super Regional. And that would be an amazing Super Regional, honestly. And then we have Vanderbilt versus East Carolina in the Super Regional. And we have Tennessee versus LSU in the Super Regional. Those are the Super Regionals, and not that bad of a. And right now it's still 1-0 in the top of the 7th. So pretty good, pretty good. And let's just see something real quick. So the okay. So this live today is gonna be short. I'm gonna end this live right now because I have a lot of videos to record today and get out to you guys. So tomorrow the live will be better. It will be an hour long, hour and a half long, hour to an hour and a half. Sorry, I didn't speak right there. But I hope you guys did enjoy this live. I'm sorry that it wasn't as enthusiastic as normal. Sorry that I got on late. Tomorrow I will do better. It's on me. Tomorrow I will get up better. I will wake up and get at 9:15 like I normally do. Just like I know that you guys like going earlier. As you can tell, not that much people. But enjoy today and to get ready for those videos that are coming out later today and tomorrow. So until tomorrow, until I see you guys tomorrow, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also be ready. Watch those videos that are coming out later today. And until next time, see you.